This is Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. I picked this up on Steam a while ago for like $2. It was nothing. Anyway, it was a pretty fucking good game. Starts out with a kid in front of a grave and cutscene to mom like drowning. Kid is like, "Come on, mom, don't let go, never let go," and she's like, "Yeah, I'll never let go, Jack." And but yeah, she drowns. Spoiler: she drowns here and sinks into the sea. And the little brother here is like, that kind of sucks. You know, I don't like that that happened. But so we fast forward here, and Dad is kind of sick too, and the big brother's kind of like, we got to take Dad to the doctor because he's gonna die. So really positive, upbeat, cheerful opening here. And they wheel Dad all the way to the village, and they kind of reach this crank system, and they start cranking on the lift here, but it's not wheelchair accessible, so it's taken like an hour. And yeah, so this goes on and on and on. Finally gets to the top, and doctor's like, you know what, your dad's fucked. I've seen this thing before, and it's not looking good. So you know what you got to do? You got to go to this place, and it's called the Tree of Life. And hold on, I got a map here. Here it is over here. Just kind of like take this map and see this Tree of Life. That's your thing. So anyway, they're on their way. As they're leaving the village, they see a kid playing basketball, and yeah, basically these are my basketball skills on display right here, and it's a fail. So I kind of run around, and you gotta figure things out and work out all the puzzles and obstacles, and you have to do this with both brothers. So the brother lowers the wheel, big brother gets the sheep comes back, put down the sheep, and the sheep runs in the hamster wheel, and you get across. So there's all sorts of puzzles exactly like that throughout the entire game. Eventually the brothers kind of come up to this weeping giant, and you notice there's two beds there, but only one giant. So it's kind of like a clue that something is amiss here, as the giant is crying. And he's like, "Hey, how's it going, little brothers?" Doesn't have a healthy fear of strangers yet, so he's okay with this. But the giant's actually friendly. He's there to throw the kids 30 feet in the air in order to get past all these obstacles. So that's kind of what happens here. And they move on and progress through a number of things. Here I kind of figured out the little brother can't swim. Big brother's like, fuck off. Just learn. Just do it. Don't bother me. But eventually he does. He lets him kind of ride on his back, which I guess is pretty nice. And so he kind of ferries him across. Throughout the entire game, little brother can't swim, and the big brother can. So, and we're getting to this part where we've got to figure out another problem here. There's a pipe that they have to pick up together in cooperation. So I got to tell you, my years and years of moving in my 20s prepared me for this little exercise. Maneuvering super long, heavy shit in tight corridors has never stopped me before. And it did not stop me this time either. Go down, and so now the brothers are here at some kind of place where they get to zipline down, and clearly can't figure out the controls here. And so they zip line to the bottom, and immediately the next scene is directed by Michael Bay, running for their lives as everything is exploding behind them. And finally they kind of come to this place where they realize that the giant's girlfriend's been locked up by this troll. So little brother's got to steal the key and let the wife giant out. And she immediately like fucks off. She just kind of goes, okay, thanks, and she's gone. And she pieces out immediately, and the little brother, kind of does this expression that everybody else is thinking, like, what the fuck, man? Hey. But it's actually okay because you get to reunite them at the end, and it's all a happy ending. So they run off, continuing on their adventure to the Tree of Life, wherever that may be. And meanwhile, Dad is still somewhat sick and pukes in a bucket. Some healthy puking in a bucket there. We've all been there, especially after St. Patrick's Day. Okay, so little brother gets knocked off the cliff by angry trees, and the big brother has to go swim and save him. Which, the first couple of tries, actually, the little brother drowned before I got that shit settled. Then they enter into a dream sequence where there's a bridge there that happens to be their mother's hand, which is pretty fucked up. It's a pretty fucked up dream. And she's got her hand over the dad, which I guess symbolizes that he's something fucked up or he's at risk of dying. And the kid's like, hello? So the brothers continue on. They come across a suicidal gnome of some kind. And you can either, let the guy kill himself, or you can step in and intervene. It's really kind of up to you. I intervene. He's like, no! Let me go! I can't live in a world without Half-Life 3! But no. No, we saved them. We saved him. And actually, there's an achievement that you can get if you kind of like get him his music box, which I didn't do. I didn't get that until later. Then this is kind of a fun scene. You get to ride these goats up a hill. And it's a little tricky navigating both of them at the same time, because I think this game was made for 2 players at once, and I'm just like controlling both these brothers at once. So it's kind of like that trick where you're trying to pat your head and rub your belly, which I've never personally tried to do, but I hear it's difficult. Anyway, so they get to the top, and then they get to the top of this mountain. There's more of that shifting the crank, which literally takes like 5 fucking minutes to turn this crank. And they talk to this nutty professor, and he's like, you can use my glider. Like, okay, let's do it. So they get on the glider, and they head out, do a little bit of flying. And the flying is fairly cool. It's pretty fun, and you can change direction by moving the brothers left and right to shift their weight. Of course, here I am. I'm like, okay, things falling apart. I gotta find a place to land. You know, there's a safe spot kind of up ahead, but this one looks like it's not safe at all, so maybe I should avoid it, but no. Anyway, the brothers continue and they get to kind of this wasteland of giants that have all been in some crazy war, which was pretty neat. You had to push the giant bodies out of the way to proceed. And anyway, they eventually come to this maiden in distress. So, you know, being the modern woke feminists they are, they declined to help her. No, they helped her. They helped her escape. And so she's pretty grateful. She's kind of, you know, hinting to the brother that he's got a chance to get laid. So they follow her. Well, she's actually a spider. That's the spoiler here. She intends to kill them, which kind of is a bummer for the big brother. But he ends up killing her, but not before she stabs him right in the stomach. And you're like, oh, this is bad. But it's no problem because we're actually really close to the Tree of Life. So the little brothers goes to get the Tree of Life potion to save the big brother. And that, you know, get the potion to save the brother and the dad. So that's a 2-for-1 right there. And he's dead. And he's dead. So he's dead. He's dead right now. So little brother's pretty upset about that, and you're like, when's the big brother coming back? He's coming back, right? No, actually he's not coming back. So this like bird cat creature thing takes him on a bit of a ride, which, you know, if you were alive at any point in the 80s, which I doubt you were, you might remember this whole scene as being familiar to a certain movie. Yeah! Anyway, so the end of the game is there's basically 2 corpses, and so that's it. It was a pretty awesome game, but fucking Debbie Downer. Depressing. But highly recommended. I suggest you go check it out. I think it's like $2 on Steam. Thanks for watching.